Warning, the following episode contains big words and big scary concepts. You've been warned. Hello every pony, this is Springheart the Llama, and I never thought I'd use the elective I took in college to explain how My Little Pony just introduced the subject of cults to kids. Now, I know what you're thinking. But Springheart, this two-parter was clearly about communism in places like North Korea. Yes, these elements are present, especially in the song.
To wait to find out that our destiny is just to emulate.
But the fact that Starlight Glimmer used the words pilgrimage, philosophy, and various other things in these episodes set up huge red flags for me. So, what's a cult? Well, in this case, a cult is a group of people having religious beliefs or practices which are regarded by others as strange or sinister. These groups are known for using deceptive recruiting techniques to trick people into joining.
But that is entirely your choice.
Concerted efforts at influence and control lie at the core of cultic groups. I'm going to list off the social structural, social psychological, and interpersonal behavioral patterns commonly found in these groups that the EQUALIST group demonstrates. Group members are encouraged or required to live only with other group members, sometimes isolated from the rest of society. Isolated village in the middle of nowhere. Check. Leadership dictates, sometimes in great detail, how members should think, act, and feel.
Heads high, ponies! Marching proud! All together now, every one of you! No pony left behind! Let's see those big, happy smiles!
Group members display excessively zealous and unquestioning commitments to its leader and their belief system, philosophy, and practices as the truth.
Each of us was confused once as well, blinded by the false promise of our cutie marks.
The cutie unmarking is a beautiful experience. Starlight uses the staff of sameness to magically take them away and replace them with these.
Questioning, doubt, and dissent are discouraged or even punished. Love bombing. Attempting to influence a person by lavish demonstrations of attention and affection. This technique is used to convey genuine expressions of friendship or fellowship. I will say that again. Friendship.
Please, join us!
We love new friends!
Leadership induces feelings of shame or guilt in order to influence or control members. Often this is done through peer pressure and subtle forms of persuasion.
There's one more order of business. It seems some in our midst might be dissatisfied with the village life. Unfortunately, it's all too true, my friends. Will you kindly tell us the names of those friends who so desperately miss their cutie marks that they would sneak around in the shadows talking to strangers about it?
I just wanted to remember what it was like.
And no thought to the pain you'd cause your friends. Such selfishness.
The group teaches or implies that its supposedly exalted ends justify whatever means it deems necessary. This may result in members participating in behaviors or activities that they would otherwise consider disgraceful or unethical before they joined, such as forcing Twilight and the gang to give up their cutie marks and then basically holding them captive till they submit to this new philosophy. No one in this town questions it, meaning that they've seen this before. I mean, I'm sure Double Diamond didn't just abandon his skis in the middle of the mountain. And how does Starlight Glimmer justify holding these ponies captive? That it's part of the equalizational process. Which brings us to my final red flag. Mind-altering practices are used in excess and serve to suppress doubts about the group, which we can clearly see being done to Twilight and the gang during the equalizational process. But Springheart, what about the end of the episode where they all rise up and get their cutie marks back? Well, luckily for these ponies, this is a kids show, so they needed to quickly wrap things up. But if you look back at the episodes, you can clearly see that several members of the group were already starting the exiting process, which involved having doubts about the group, questioning the actions of their leader, and feeling guilty about thinking outside their philosophy. And learning that Starlight Glimmer wasn't their equal was just what these ponies needed to finally snap out of it. So what does every pony think? Still convinced this little no-name town wasn't a cult? Do you think this show will cover other sinister topics in the future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is Springheart the Llama, signing off and reminding you all, being yourself is what makes you special. Never change that for anyone. There, you happy? I let you help with the episode. Oh well, that's just rude.